various accounts and deposits. Hope you are now aware of these.
Yes, Mr. Kumar. Now we are aware of banking structure in India and know about the various types of accounts and deposits offered by banks.
Great, Raj. Being a representative of a bank in the form of a BC or BF, you should also understand the relationship between the bank and customer and be aware of your role in the BC-BF model. After completing this module, you will be able to explain the banker-customer relationship, list the types of bank loans, identify the roles and responsibilities of BC-BF, identify the scope of activities for BC-BF. We know that anyone conducting a banking transaction with a bank is the bank's customer. A bank customer is entitled to a definite assurance that information regarding his or her accounts remain a matter of knowledge only between the banker and the account holder. Therefore, it is the banker's duty to maintain complete secrecy of the status of the customer's account. However, under the below circumstances, the banker is entitled or required to make disclosures about a customer's account. Under law, under express or implied consent of the customer, common courtesy among bankers, disclosure in the bank's interest, disclosure in public or national interest. A banker should take due caution while disclosing the financial status or any other information of his customers. Undue or irrelevant information may make bank liable for compensation. Besides that, due to use of such information by the third party, bank may suffer loss. It is therefore necessary for a banker to note the following points. Only facts should be revealed. It should be a statement in general. The recipient should also maintain the secrecy of information being received. While sharing information, bankers should make it explicit that the recipient should also treat it as confidential. Information should not be given to persons out of context and without proper justification. The type of loan that a borrower needs depends upon the need of the borrower. The loan for meeting day-to-day business, trading or manufacturing activities is known as working capital finance. These loans take the form of cash credit or overdrafts. The loans for investment in plant and machinery are known as term loans. The typical products offered in the Indian retail banking segment are housing loans, loans for purchase of consumer durables, auto loans, credit cards and educational loans. India has a large number of people living below the poverty line and has no access to funds to take up economic activity. Therefore, India has adopted the concept of priority sector lending. In this lending, certain lending norms are relaxed, so technologists, poor and small business people have more access to credit. Categories under priority sector: agriculture, micro, small and medium enterprises, export credit, microcredit, retail trade, education, housing, social infrastructure, renewable energy and others. The credit needs of a farmer are met through direct finance and indirect finance. Based on the period of credit, direct finance is classified as short-term loans and medium or long-term loans. Loans repayable up to 18 months are called short-term loans. This includes crop loan and the limits sanctioned through Kisan credit cards. Crop loan is given to the agriculturists to carry on seasonal operations, such as to meet the expenses for raising of seasonal crops, including the cost of seeds, fertilizers and pesticides, irrigation charges and labor charges. The period of medium or long-term loan is more than 36 months. This includes loan for the purpose of minor irrigation, farm or land development, farm mechanization, plantation, horticulture and allied activities. Read the question and answer. Click on the right option and click Done to complete answering the question. Kisan credit cards are issued to farmers to meet their cultivation needs in a flexible and cost-effective manner. Owner cultivators or those engaged in allied activities are eligible for Kisan credit cards. Farmers cultivating authorized leased lands are also eligible. Credit limit is fixed based on the crops proposed to be raised and the area to be cultivated. Certain percentage of increase in the limit is also allowed every year to take care of increase in scale of finance. Normally, the Kisan credit card is valid for the period of 5 years subject to annual review. There is no prescribed repayment in the account. However, every farmer is expected to show some turnover each season and each debit should be repaid within 12 months' time. Beneficiaries under the scheme are issued a credit card and a passbook. The borrowers would be required to produce this card over the counter for operating the account. Farmers are required to submit land records only once in 5 years. Kisan credit cards are issued to farmers to meet their cultivation needs in a flexible and cost-effective manner. Owner cultivators or those engaged in allied activities are eligible for Kisan credit cards. Farmers cultivating authorized leased lands are also eligible. Credit limit is fixed based on the crops proposed to be raised and the area to be cultivated. Certain percentage of increase in the limit is also allowed every year to take care of increase in scale of finance. Normally, the Kisan credit card is valid for the period of 5 years subject to annual review. There is no prescribed repayment in the account. However, every farmer is expected to show some turnover each season and each debit should be repaid within 12 months' time. Beneficiaries under the scheme are issued a credit card and a passbook. The borrowers would be required to produce this card over the counter for operating the account. Farmers are required to submit land records only once in 5 years. Banks provide advance against warehouse receipts for meeting the short-term fund needs of agricultural producers. Farmers can pledge warehouse receipts which are negotiable and issued by state, central warehousing corporations including NBHC. Agriculture in India is highly susceptible to risks like droughts and floods. It is necessary to protect the farmers from natural calamities and ensure their credit eligibility for the next season. For this purpose, the Government of India introduced many agricultural insurance schemes throughout the country. Agricultural term loans are provided for the purchase of assets such as farm machinery, bullocks and sheep, and creation of assets such as poultry and dairy development. The loan amount is repayable over a period of time exceeding 3 years. All categories of farmers and agricultural laborers are eligible for term loans. For activities like purchase of bullocks, there is no need for any supportive documents. For larger amount of loan, an estimate, quotation or project report needs to be submitted. For land-based requirements, land records are to be produced. Agricultural term loans are provided for land development, minor irrigation, farm mechanization, horticulture, land purchase. Success in loans recovery depends on compliance with the regulatory norms added with collection skills and strategy. The soft skill displayed on the screen help you become successful in loans recovery. Click each skill to learn more about it. For effective communication with the receiver, use clear, simple and courteous language, verbal as well as body language. Keep the objective of the communication clear. Use the language that is easily to understand by the receiver. Be watchful and sensitive to the receiver's responses. Make sure that the body language is not adverse to the receiver, though unintentional. Following are the requisites of good listening, which help improve communication and make it effective. Hear attentively. Do not show impatience or haste while listening to the receiver. Do not show anger or disapproval or other such facial or body expressions. Do not interrupt and commence speaking only after the